beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Psalm 110. The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord hath sworn, and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, and being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing and salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right, what I want to get into today, all right, this afternoon, finishing up the book of Romans, the 16th chapter, okay, which this is the last chapter of the book. And the Apostle Paul, all right, pretty much doing the outro. He's giving, recognition, and salutations, to a lot of the men, and women, that has been aiding him in the ministry, and he also warns about those that call it division, all right, through false doctrine, okay, which that's a major thing, as we see, false prophets are always on the rise, okay. Jake, come in with these madhouse doctrines, trying to remix, what's already understood, okay? And these things was going on then, okay? Jake could come in, want to be deep, want to be contrary, to the apostles, and you have that today, where men, base their doctrine off being contrary, to what's being taught by the apostles and elders of today. So the apostles was going through that then. Nothing new under the sun. Okay, so let's go here. Read verse 1, and we'll skip down. Just read 1. All right, kind of expound on it, but we'll skip down because he's mainly, giving, salutations. Like I say, this is, the outro, to the book of Romans. So when you go to Corinthians, it's like in Romans 16:1, it says, I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister, which is a servant of the church, which is at Cenchrea, okay? And you go into Phoebe, she was Israelite foreigner, all right, a sister that believed. You know, you had, women that was in the Greek city-states, okay, in Rome, just like we're in Greco-Rome today, and they believed and they helped, they aided the church, So Apostle Paul is giving, those salutations. You go into Phoebe, she was the one that was actually delivering the letters, because she was into the trade business, dealing with the purple dye, which that's a rare dye, because of how tedious it is, to produce that purple dye. That's why it's associated with royalty, because that was the most expensive dye, that you can get. You see? So, she was well off, and she had some sway, within Roman society, and she used that to help the Apostle Paul, just as today, you have certain brothers and sisters in, certain positions, okay, within this society, and they use that to help the church, okay? You had the Centurion, okay, that was that will build synagogues for Jake, then when you read in the Gospels, you see, Yahushua, did a miracle. I believe he healed, one of his children or one of his servants, okay? But it was known that centurion, will help Jake, so you have certain Israelites that had certain status, Cornelius, talked about how he would give alms, okay? Which, a centurion, would be like a modern day police chief today, because century, goes into, centurion goes with that word century, which means pretty much a commander over 100, okay? So there will be like, a high-ranking officer in the police force or a police chief of today, okay? So you had Jakes that was in particular, Matthew was a tax collector, okay? Zacharias, okay? You read, I think Luke 18 or 19, spoke about how, he was a chief. Matter of fact, let's get that account, I like that account with Zacharias, Zacchaeus, that's what I'm saying, yep. So let's get there. Luke 19:1, it says, and Yahushua entered and passed through Jericho, and behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was chief among the publicans, and he was rich. Okay, so he was chief. All right, amongst the publicans, and he was rich. All right, so this was a man of status, but he was an Israelite, and he sought to see Yahushua, who he was, and could not for the press, because he was little of stature, he was short, and he ran before and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was to pass that way. And Zacchaeus, him being a man of status, a rich man, he did something that wasn't typical for someone of his status to do, climbing a tree to see Yahushua. So he went all out, so he didn't care about his status in the world, he didn't care about his clout that he had in Rome. He wanted to see Yahushua. He had been hearing, about Yahushua, and he wanted to see, so he didn't care about, being shamed or his clout that he had in Rome or his social status. You see, hey, he humbled himself, man. He put himself out there for Yahushua, man, which that's something that we all had to do, some more than others, okay? But we had to put ourselves out there, man, verse 5, to gain Yahushua, because the thing was, he's doing this to gain Yahushua. And when Yahushua came to the place, he looked up and saw him and said unto him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must abide at thy house. And he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. And when they saw it, they all murmured, saying that he was gone to guest with a man that is a sinner. Okay? So this lets you know that these churches in Rome, in Galatia, okay, in Ephesus. These were Israelites, man. Okay, because when Jake get intermingled in these different cultures, Jake always, you know, of course you're gonna have, you know, your slums and, you know, your poor areas where Jake be. But then you always have Jake, you know, that rise, you know, within the ranks, man. That rise within, you know, the social ladder of society, man. Okay, to let you know that these Israelite foreigners, okay, or what they call, you know, Greeks or Gentiles, these are Israelites, man. Okay, that was mingled amongst these different cultures, and they, you know, they was living. You know, Jake gonna carve him out a life wherever he go. You know, Jake gonna make it happen wherever they at. You see, Jake gonna find a way to thrive, man. All right. So reading on, it says, and when they saw it, they all murmured, saying that he was gone to be a guest with a man that is a sinner, because he wasn't cultivating the law. You know, and it says, and Zacchaeus stood and said unto the Lord, behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor, and if I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore him fourfold. So he had the spirit of repentance, and he didn't mind losing, all right, wealth to gain Yahushua. Remember, you had a Jake that came to Yahushua that was keeping the law, but when Yahushua told him that he had to, you know, to sell what he had and give to the poor and follow him, he didn't want to do that. You see, he didn't want to do that. You know, and this was Jake. That was other circumcision. But here it is. You have a chief publican. Okay, he's like, look, half of my goods I'm gonna give, and if I ever cheated someone, I'm gonna pay him back fourfold. You see, he had a repentant spirit. Okay, he didn't know about the law, but he had a repentant spirit. How you doing, man? You see, so Zacchaeus, he wasn't, you know, versed in the law, but he had that repentant spirit to do right. Okay, and he believed in Yahushua. You know, to the point where I say he put himself out there. Okay, because even Nicodemus, you know, he was a secret disciple, but he was tiptoeing. Zacchaeus didn't give a damn. You see, he put it all out there, man. Okay, verse 9, it says, and Yahushua said unto him, this day is salvation come to this house, for as much as he also is son of Abraham. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yahushua just said what? He's the son of Abraham. Okay? When you read this in the NLT, Yahushua responded, salvation has come to this home today, for this man has shown himself to be a true son of Abraham, because he was a son through lineage. He was a descendant of Abraham, but his faith showed that he was a true son, that he believed like Abraham, because Abraham was ready to risk it all. Okay? For Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Just as, you know, the Lord put us in the spirit to risk it all for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, to gain everything on the other side. You see? So let's go back to Romans. Okay, this is the book of Romans 16. Okay. So I'm gonna jump, because like I say, it's gonna give those salutations, you know, to those helpers of the church, you know, and to water, you know, to all the help, you know, from you brothers, you know, and you sisters, man, you know, the water, you know, for all your help, you know, whatever it is, you know, even if it's just prayers, you know, the water, you see, because hey, all that play a part, you know, and everyone's gonna get rewarded, you know, for their works in this thing, man, because those works are based on faith, you know, faith and works. That's gonna get us the championship, man, the kingdom, you know, their reward. So Let me jump down to 17. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have learned, and avoid them, man. You know, and this is, a part of the ministry is to mark them that cause division, man. And this is why you see, a constant stream of videos marking particular men. And I know, if you've been in this thing for a moment, okay, it can kind of get, frustrating, because we know about these niggas, man. But you always have new members coming in that don't know. Because remember, when we first came in, a lot of us was watching a lot of different camps, okay? And we started to hear, how these certain men was going off on the doctrine, okay? And we would hear the correction to the doctrine, man, okay? And that's where the shepherd, guiding the sheep, through this word, that's the staff, that's keeping the sheep in line, because you always have these sheep disguised as wolves, okay? They want to devour, the sheep, They want the believers to be for their benefit, when the shepherd is supposed to benefit the believers, okay? So that's just the job of a shepherd, he will have to beat off certain beasts. And that's what these videos that go out marking these men is beating those beasts off from the sheep. Okay? And if you're not the sheep of Yahushua, he's gonna allow you to be taken by them niggas, man, beasts. Okay? Them wolves in sheep clothing, man. Okay? And that's why Yahushua warned about those guys in Matthew 7 and 15. It said, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorn or figs of thistles, man? So you'll know them by their fruits. Look at what they're producing, man. Okay? Look at the confusion that's being produced. Okay? Look at their followers and the mindset that their followers have, man. If you see a Yah Israelite, look at the mindset that they have, man. Bugged out. Okay? You got men around here telling you that they're keeping the law perfectly. That's the fruit of these false prophets, man. That's the fruit of these wicked men, these wolves, man. Jake still calling on Christ in 2024. That's the fruit of particular men. Okay? Still not telling you what the MOTB is. Okay? You should know these guys by their fruit. You see? And this is why the videos go out with the correct doctrine, man. Okay? Name one thing in the doctrine that you're confused on if you follow GMS. Okay? Name one topic that you're confused on that can't be corrected. Okay? That's within, okay, the truth, man. That's within the 100% truth that was given unto us, man. Okay? Now, we don't know, all right, how tall we're going to be in the kingdom, the exact height. Okay? But we know we're going to be changed. We know we're going to live forever. Okay? So, you look at the confusion that these guys push, and that's their fruit. These men produce pure confusion, man. Okay? You can't make that shit make sense what them guys talking about. You can't explain how you're going to buy and sell with sin. No one has explained that yet, how you're going to buy and sell with sin. But they'll tell you the sin is the MOTB, which is going to be a device used to buy and sell. No camp has explained that. Okay? They got their doctrine. Okay? You can't explain Ezekiel, all right, 38 happening, okay, in the kingdom 1,000 years after we've been in rulership. You can't explain that and make that make sense, man. Okay? The nations in the kingdom, in captivity to us, gonna gather a military to come attack us, man. Okay? You can't make that shit make sense. Okay, so it's a constant stream, of videos that's gonna be getting on these guys because they lying. Niggas is lying. Okay, and if you confused and don't know what you believe, you can't have faith. Impossible. Okay, impossible. You see, I can't tell you that I got faith that I can build a motor from scratch. I never did. I don't understand how everything worked to do that. Okay? But I cut the grass. See, I got faith, I know how that works. You see? So I got full faith that the grass gonna be cut today. Okay? But I had to build a motor from scratch. You see? I can't tell you I will have faith in that. I don't know how that works. So you're confused in doctrine. It's impossible to have faith. So that's why it's important that these men be marked. Okay? Because of the division that they cause, man. But if you're taken by those men, it's meant for you to be taken by those men. So go back to Romans 16. All right. And in 18 it said, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts, all right, or the minds of the simple, man. Okay? And you're gonna have these simple ass fanboys, all right, and these simple ass women that's gonna follow these niggas to the missiles, man. Okay? Because Jake know how to give a presentation. One thing about these guys, they know how to put on a presentation. And they know Jake still got an itch for worldly things, so they add these worldly gimmicks to the ministry. They dress it up real good for Jake, man. Okay? The marching, the uniforms, the cape, all right? The goddamn cape, IUIC cape. Okay? They know how to dress it up, man. You see? They still, put women on the pedestal and all these. So they know how to deceive Jake, man. All right, they know how to give a presentation. They know how to say these big words and cut Christians and debate and sound deep and but it's all for deception. It's all to feed their own belly, their ego. Okay, Jake has really bought into being a YouTube celebrity, man. Jake is fully invested into that, man. The clout and the money that come with it. You see? It says, verse 19, so it moves on. It said, for your obedience has come abroad unto all men. I am glad, therefore, on your behalf. But yet I will have you wise unto that which is good and simple concerning evil. And you read this in NLT. But everyone knows that you are obedient to the Lord. This make me happy. This makes me happy. So Church of Rome, even though they was in the belly of the beast, they had a good report, of obedience. You see? And that's the payoff, man. To see brothers and sisters grow in this thing, man. To grow in righteousness, man. To grow in Yahushua, man. To grow in order, to grow in peace. Because righteousness, order, faith, those things produce peace. And that's the payoff. Okay? It says, I want you to be wise in doing right and to stay wrong or stay innocent of any wrong. The power of peace will crush Satan under your feet. May the grace of our Lord Yahushua be with you. Yeah. And this is what the patience and faith of the saints, because Esau, Edom, okay, because even Yahushua, spoke about the devil falling like lightning. When you go to Luke 10 and 18, he says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Okay, now Shaitan, which is the adversary, is the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, But Satan has a physical counterpart in the earth that's ruling in wickedness, and that's Esau Edom. You know? And we're in a time now where this devil is finna fall. Okay? As he went into we was going to class yesterday, Genesis 3. Okay, going back to the serpent. This is Genesis 3:15. It says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So Esau, you know, he bruised our heel. You know, he hindered our progress as a nation. You know, he wounded us, you know, that Achilles injury. All right, but as we're recovering from that, we're gonna stomp his head, man. Okay, beginning with Yahweh Shai. See, this time Adam is gonna stomp out the serpent. Okay, from the garden. Okay, and that's why even when you go to Revelation, okay, well, you gotta understand these things, you know, spiritual. Revelation 12, all right, and 7. Okay, because remember it said he seen Satan fall like lightning from heaven, and that's Esau falling from his rulership. Okay, and also, you know, Esau has, you know, his military. Okay, his air force in space. All that's gonna fall, man. You know, there's not gonna be a fighter jet left after Yahweh Shai returns, man. A helicopter, satellite, all this gonna fall. Okay, and ultimately he's gonna fall from his rulership, you know, his heaven. You see, Revelation 12:7 said there was a war in heaven, which is the atmosphere. Okay, not the spiritual realm or the Most High, you know, and the spirits, you know, and the left and right hand angels reside. No. Okay, it's talking about the Shemaiah, that war. All right, when Yahweh Shai enters World War III, this is what John the Revelator is seeing. Yahweh Shai entering this third world war. Okay, which is a hand. Okay, and it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, man. Okay, and that dragon, you know, going into a new Rome, you know, this beast system. Okay, America, NATO, and the EU. Okay, so Yahweh Shai is coming to wage war and righteousness against these devils, man. 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, Revelation 19:11 on down. Okay, verse 8, it says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. Okay, that old serpent. So now we're in the time of bruising their head. Okay, in which he's not going to recover from this one, man. You see? And it says, which deceived the whole world, he was cast out in the earth, and his angels were cast out with him, man. So that's him and his military, man. Because angel, you know, goes into messenger. Okay? And this devil, you know, has been using, especially the Air Force, you know, has been this devil #1 messenger in the earth, man. Okay? So Esau Edom, okay, is getting ready to be bruised once and for all. For good. You know, no more Renaissance. This is it. All right, and this is why the devil is trying to go so far, go all out, you know, to keep himself in power, because he knows that this is it. He can feel it. Okay, he knows when he's taken down this time, it's over. Okay, gonna be a 1,000-year period, and then he's gonna be exterminated, man. Let's get that in Obadiah, man. We ain't read that in a while, man. It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, in verse 18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai has spoken it, man. There not shall be any remaining. Man, there's going to be a time in existence when Edomites don't exist, man. Okay? And that's gonna be beautiful, man. Having this nigga in slavery with absolutely no authority, no power, you know, and then finally being able to exterminate this man from existence, man. Okay? You get that in Isaiah 14. You know, and if you don't feel like that about Esau, man, you got demons on you, man. As wicked as this nigga is, man, everything he done doing and everything that he plans on doing, man. You know, this is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay? You read this in the NLT. It said, kill this man's children. let them die because of their father's sin. They must not rise and conquer the earth, filling the world with their cities, man. That's a cut. Okay? They'll never rise again. They're not going to have any means to gather no military, man. Okay? To attempt to conquer anything, man. Okay? Are you goddamn crazy, man? You see, this is it. It'll never be a Paris or Washington, D.C. You know, these devils name things after them. And it said, prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquity of their fathers. And they're just, the Lord finna pay these devils for all their wickedness throughout these generations, man. Okay? Which you know, they're their forefathers coming back. Okay? But for all the wickedness throughout all these generations, the Lord, all right, finna exterminate these devils. He finna judge them. And that's why he has to serve that 1,000 years of rigorous captivity, man. That's for all those generations of wickedness, man. The Lord got to get that back out of them, man. Through hardcore labor. You're getting a lot of labor out of Esau, man. A lot of labor coming out of Esau. Verse 22. It said, this is what the Lord, verse 22 said, for I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. And you cut off the son and nephew, that's the male, okay, of any nation, that nation is done. Okay, because women don't bring forth the nation. Okay, it's the men. So when the Edomite male is eradicated out the earth, okay, that nation is eradicated. Okay, it can't regenerate. Okay, the Lord can take one man and make a whole nation. Okay, but you can have 1 billion women of a nation, but no man, and eventually that nation gonna die off. Okay, it can't be brought back. You see? So, going back to Romans, all right, 16. Where we at? Yeah. So, so the rest of the chapter, like I said, this is outro. So I read the last few verses. Romans 16:25. It says, now to him that is a power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, according to the revelation of the mystery which was kept secret since the world began, but is now made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandment of the everlasting power, made known to all nations, which are the Israelites that scattered amongst all nations, for the obedience of faith to the Most High only, wise, be glory through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach Amen. Yeah, because now everything has been made manifest. Because there was a time when we was in darkness. Okay, you go to Isaiah 62. Okay, is that 62? Might be 60. Yep, this is Isaiah 60, and 2, it said, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. And that's, when Esau was let loose during the Renaissance period, it said he will go forth to deceive the nations in the four quarters of the earth. He put a dark veil over the earth with his lies and deceptions, man. Okay? He lied about the Bible. He lied about him, who he was. Okay? Called himself the chosen people. Okay? Started renaming nations. Okay? To no one has a biblical nationality except him. No one on the earth has a biblical nationality except him. Man lied about everything. Family, westernization. Like, that's a gross darkness, man. Okay? Deception, Hollywood, these enchantments, man. This man put everyone in gross darkness. Okay? We didn't have a clue what the Bible was speaking of, man. But at the appointed time, hey, the Lord, opened up this understanding, man. Because you got to know what to believe to have faith, man. Okay? And the Lord raised up his pastors according to his own heart that will feed his people with knowledge and understanding. Okay? So now we know what to believe. We have an expectation beyond this society. We have an expectation in immortality, man. Okay? We understand, we the sons of God, man. We the sons and daughters of Yahweh Shema Shai. We have an inheritance, man. This world, this age has nothing for us, man. And it all comes through what? The teaching of this word. The mystery is being made known. Okay? And it says, in gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Okay? So the glory, beginning of this glory is having this understanding, this wisdom. Alright? The doctrine to have faith in. Okay? And it's going to conclude with us being changed. Alright? And being made joint heirs in Yahushua. Okay? So, that's the point. We want to conclude that, Romans, the 16th chapter, so that concludes the book of Romans. We'll see what the Spirit, take us next, But, Lord will you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified till next time I say shalom.